When Ralph Zucker envisioned this magnificent building and what it was going to be turned into, he was trying to find the right kind of adjective to describe what it was he was building. And he basically, we give him credit for coining this word. I think it's official. But he came up with the word Metroburb, which is pretty much describes what this is. It's a slice of urbanity in suburbia. The trend of workforce today, with all these millennials coming up and really driving all these comfort needs and things of that nature, Ralph wanted to create an environment where people came in and they were inspired. And he envisioned this being a Metroburb where you have a mixture of all diversified uses, from residential to retail to sports entertainment to education to office and R&D, obviously. And that's what we've created here. There is a vibe that is so much appealing to not only the young millennial workforce, but even the next generation workforce. And it's really very, very much an inspiring environment.
So Eero Saarinen was an architect from 1960s, from the mid-century modern era. He's one of my favorite architects because he created some of the most iconic buildings in the world. So he had this very unique way of seeing design and architecture. He was inspired by flowers, by the tulip. He also designed the famous tulip chairs, the tulip tables. He loved the curves, you know, all of those elements that some designers didn't pay attention to. He will take that, be inspired, and make a building out of them. This building, actually, Bell Labs, Bell Works now, got just mentioned in Architecture Digest as the most iconic building in New Jersey. So we're very proud of that. He was definitely a futurist. He thought out of the box, and we're very, very happy that we were able to save this building and keep the legacy and respect it, because for me it's like a walking museum.
When we first got involved with marketing this project back almost 5 years ago, we used to have visitors come in here, and we hadn't yet gotten the building under construction or under redevelopment, and you would find like 100 to 150 buckets in here catching the rain that would be coming through the skylights. This is a quarter-mile long skylights. It's like one of the longest skylights that we're aware of. And this skylight, they've gone now since it replaced all 3,500 panes of glass and brought in new technology, and it is now the largest photovoltaic skylight solar collector system in America. It was at one point in the world. I think they just did something over in Europe. And each one of these panes has been replaced. It hasn't diminished the skylight characteristics of it. You still get an incredible amount of light coming in, but it's new technology. It was part of what Ralph wanted to try and do to reduce the carbon footprint here. We're not a LEED certified building, but yet wherever we can improve upon some of the improvements and materials that we use, he's very sensitive to trying to do that, and this was one way of trying to do that. This probably generates, I believe, close to about 20% of what would be the electric used here in the atrium area. So it does have a meaningful impact on the environment and our carbon footprint. So. And we don't have to put the buckets out anymore, which is the best thing about it. You know, I mentioned how we went ahead and replaced all these skylights here with this photovoltaic to make it technologically even better. But that wasn't enough for Ralph. He wanted to even make it more beautiful and celebrate this Corten steel that they have, which is rusted over the past 55 years of being here. And we've gone about and took all kinds of lighting to kind of basically accentuate the bronze and the patina of it at nighttime. This place at nighttime is as pretty, if not prettier, than it is during the day. The common theme behind Somerset Development's plans for Bell Works was to create this town center. The town of Holmdel did not really have a town center per se. A lot of highways coming together, Route 34, Route 35. And Ralph, saw that this town was really in need of a real town center, a place where all of the residents in the town could come in and have a community center of sorts here, have restaurants, have shopping, boutiques, boutique stores and things of that nature. And so that's what he set out on. And Paolo indicated before, the scalability of this property, it's 2.5 million square feet. It's huge.
So right now we are at my favorite place, the roof deck at Bellworks. This space is really, really cool because we actually didn't have this 2 years ago. This was added to the roof, and we do a lot of events. We do the fireworks, we did an eclipse party, we're doing a beach bash. It's fun.
I was making a comment earlier, Eero Saarinen, great architect, well ahead of his time, but it's really, he'd be happy to see, I think, today that the next generation designers and architects and planners like Ralph and like Paolo have come in here and actually have taken his design and even enhanced it better, made it more fun. And this deck is, we just have a lot of fun out here all the time.